Hello everyone, welcome aboard to this special 8-up challenge. I mean, we've done 4-up challenges before where 4 drivers go head to head to see who can do best over a particular route. Today, we're going 8 players head to head-ish in teams of 2 to see who can do best as we tackle both legs of what could be considered Dresden. Joining us we have James.
Hello.
Very good. You've got Adam.
No.
He's pretending.
Don't.
He is pretending. He's not frozen again. All right. Well, Adam needs to go and put another 50p in his internet, and then he might possibly return. And then finally, we have Matt, Professor Matt Peddleston, joining us in the bottom corner.
Hello.
There you go. Nat is standing in for Matt. Matt's doing the driving. Nat is doing the reaction.
I feel
Because
like I should have had the pink headphones.
had
really.
we had a little bit more time to prepare,
Yeah.
we would have done just that. Unless there's something on your desk that you can fashion that with, then who knows? Adam will return, I'm sure.
So I am here, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm not here.
Oh, there you go. So say hello, Adam.
Hello, Adam.
There you go.
It's saying my camera. It's saying my camera is working for me.
So just so you know what's going on. Oh, Adam's back again. Stage
I
1
was here the whole time.
is the professionals, where we take the more experienced drivers or train operators, and we're doing the Meißen Dresden branch S1, leaving at 6:34 a.m. on the DB143. Everyone must have all safety systems enabled, and the clock synchronizes at 7:24. When they arrive at the other end, the stage 2 will take place, which is being piloted by rookies, people who are not quite as good at driving, or less experienced. Let's say less experienced. It's more polite that way. The teams are James, who is representing the professionals, and Kat. I'm working with JD. Quote unquote, Matt is working with Alex. And Adam is partnering with Jamie, who came in as a last-minute ringer. So Jamie's also having to work safety systems. Look, basically, what I'm telling you is I am never doing another 8-up challenge. It's ridiculously complex. Let's get to the challenge. Right. Literally, the rookies only have to use wipers. Anyway, our clock syncs in, well, almost literally an hour from now, which is very close to the end. But as you can see, everyone's fairly close together. There you go. There's Matt getting set up. Now, I've moved the cameras into an unconventional position here in order that you can see when PZB is going off and the furious amounts of button pressing from these professional driving folk.
Mm-hmm.
Professional driving folk.
I mean, yeah.
Now, James, you've not joined us for one of these before. How do you find it?
I've not done any of this before, including PZB, so thanks for putting me down as a professional.
You're welcome.
What?
This was a learning curve, and you will see that I decided to celebrate in wonderful fashion.
Yes. James's custom 143 skin there is a thing of beauty. Absolutely love it, and I do like the hashtag on the front as well. Don't think for a moment I didn't notice.
Be disappointed if you didn't.
No, fantastic. What do you do for your day job with us, James?
I take any screenshot you see. I've probably taken it. Any store copy, any store page that you've read, I've probably written it for like the past 7 years. So
Crikey.
that's been me.
And yet somehow it's still fresh.
Yes, well.
How is Sam already moving?
I've got a head start because for some reason I'm running a little bit slower. I think I recorded this on the hottest day of the year, so my PC was gonna need just a little bit more time to work with this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean my frame rate's fairly solid, but at the same time it's not what it usually is.
I mean, me sitting in for Matt, let's be honest, we're basically the same skill level when it comes to operating PZB and trains.
Yeah.
So,
And stopping.
and stopping, exactly. Like, the community will agree that it's basically the same experience as if Matt were here.
It's near identical.
Yeah.
I like how we've all opted for different lighting settings in the cab. Some cab lights on, some complete pitch black. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed Adam doesn't hold with lights at all.
No.
Oh, there we go. I spoke
There you
too
go,
soon.
bit of instrument lighting.
Yeah,
Matt's just
that's
kind
when
of
you
gone,
realise
oh,
what
I
had
know
to
where
be paying
everything is.
attention to. Yeah.
And
And then you realise you have to be stopping quickly as well.
it's rare that I don't have my instrument lights on. I'm usually pretty reliable in that regard. But I went with the full cab light rather than the desk light.
And what
Clearly,
about
I was confident.
So I quickly realised, because it's been a while since I've driven this locomotive, that you're actually operating a cruise control system.
Yeah.
How many of you actually opted to use that to slow the train down? Because I think I was far too old school in just using the brakes all the time.
You will have to wait and see what I decided to do, Adam.
I used it, but I would supplement with the brakes.
James obviously not interested in driving at all. He's just straight out. The first opportunity, he's off the train.
Yeah, as soon as
He's
Peter's
going
makes
back
one
to
noise.
Meißen. He's forgotten his cap. He's going back.
You can tell that I am task focused on this one because I am not leaving my cab.
Yeah.
I mean, usually I'm off and charging around the place, but today, no, all business, all the time.
PZB kind of does that to you when you're driving.
That makes me the stupid one then. I get up as much as I possibly can.
Was there no bragging rights for running the furthest this time?
Always bragging rights for running.
Always bragging rights.
But no, I was. Also, these stops are very short. And there's some give in the timetable to wait a little longer before setting off. But even then, these are some short stops you've got on this, which I like.
That yellow looks like a proper lemon as well. I don't know why.
I was going for gold, but it's yellow.
Lemon was more your flavour.
Yeah.
Well, we shall just have to see how you do.
I hope so. Yeah.
Is your teammate Kat?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I hope she made a really pretty livery as well, because you two are pretty awesome at that.
That'll be
I've even got a
team
hashtag
livery.
team. Yeah, I've got a hashtag team James and Cat on the front.
Yeah, that's what made me think. I hope she's done it.
Yeah, PZB was so all-consuming for me. I don't think I went outside either.
Yeah,
I was pretty confident
sometimes you
at
just
this
got to go.
point.
Especially when you don't really know what the PZB's trying to do, other than make you drive safely.
Well, I never checked, but I'm wondering if we were following a train in this first part.
I didn't see any signal changes.
I
And
think I looked at
presumably,
the
given the timetable, I mean, we're coming up on proper rush hour services, and this is definitely a busy timetable service to play. There's a lot of trains going on this one. Obviously, not now. Now that I'm talking about it, no. But generally speaking, a lot of trains to see. So it should be working relatively efficiently, one would imagine.
Yeah,
There's one odd train later on that I noticed.
Yeah, freight train was that?
We'll see. We'll see when we get there.
Perfect for the screenshots on that.
And we're underway. Right, let's talk timings here. I'm about... Who's at the back? I think it might be Adam. Yeah, Adam's the furthest behind by game clock. So the difference between lead game clock and the last one is only about 20 seconds, 22 seconds maybe. So there's not a huge time disparity between the services. So it is legitimate to kind of compare track spacing.
Well, that is some good camera work there, James.
Yeah, that is actually, James. That's just showing off.
You can tell he takes
It's like you know what
screenshots.
you're doing.
He knows all the angles.
Can't help myself.
Screenshot.
Looks like points, even though time difference, looks like points are not too far.
Well, we'll do a points check at the next stop after everybody's received their points from the next stop.
I'm pretty confident with how I'm doing so far.
Yeah, how did you find it? I mean, when was the last time you drove this route?
while, but yeah, it was all right.
Good. Well, it's good to have you here contributing. That's for sure. I'm not regretting that decision.
Going for gold anyway.
You missed this. Don't say you didn't.
Gosh.
And look at, I mean, again, he's just styling it with the cam the entire time. He's gone, I've made a pretty skid, and now I'm going to look at it.
I did that with my Japanese mint colours, and everyone vomited.
That's because they were horrible, Adam.
Yeah, that was disgusting, Adam.
Okay, we do have a red coming up now, and I think you can see track position is really close. There's at most 100 meters between all the trains.
Yeah.
Everyone is speed controlled at 99 kilometers an hour as well, which is fantastic.
I'm just so good at this game.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why you're in charge.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Know it inside and out.
Just watching. It was that just obsessed hanging over the keys. That's all it was for me. You're either stopping or reacting to Pisa B.
I'm actually slowing down before the rest of you.
Yeah, what do you know that nobody else does?
Many, many things. All
Okay.
knowing.
No, I mean it bears repeating that that the trick, or the key for this first wave of professionals, in inverted commas, is not to be late, because a late arrival means that that the departing service following on will also have to leave late, so they won't be able to get underway if we run past the finish time.
Do you know, I wish someone had said that at the start. I would have made more of an effort to arrive.
There is some leeway in there. I think there's about somewhere between 8 and 10 minutes leeway. So you would have to do a proper JD on it to completely fail.
Do you know, I wish someone had told me that at the start. No.
Oh, there we go. We got
pretty
PZB
sure.
warnings all over the shop.
Here it comes.
The old 1,000 hertz magnet is going, hello. I'm playing a game. Everyone's going, yeah. I see your caper, sunshine. I'm into it.
I've
Right, James is first arriving in the station, having slowed down latest.
Yeah, actually, I'm now crawling in. What's going on?
Matt's not far behind, and then me, and then Adam, who's actually 20 seconds behind me. So I think I'm coming in slowest. Oh, what a disaster! Oh, I know why. I slowed down excessively to avoid PZB having a hissy fit.
Yeah. And then I followed you, thinking you knew what you were doing.
I do know what I'm doing. All I
We're the
know is that I
professionals.
know little or nothing.
Actually, that's a really good point. Hassan, how did you get lumped in with the professionals?
We were short on professionals.
Right.
So the reason that I'm with JD is because I tried to seed it. So I put the most experienced rookie with the least capable professional, which is me. And so I ended up with JD. Whereas James, as the second most experienced professional, gets Kat because she's quite capable. And then Adam is the second best. I marketed second best professional. Oh, hang on, scores on the doors. In the lead is Matt, 4,008. In second, me, 4,007. In third is James with 3,915. Then Adam with 3,904. It is close.
Yeah, but I'm winning.
It's close. It's
So
beautiful.
that's
I love it when
losing
it's
points on
close.
stopping. I think I wasn't paying attention to the stopping position on this. I probably weren't.
Oh, no, there we go. That's it. Yeah, that's what we were waiting for.
Oh,
There it is.
oh, it was gonna happen
Gone.
eventually.
Gone.
Based
How many one of them?
Based on
Oh
what
my
PZB was telling me, I was under the impression it was a 45, not a 25.
Did you all just get
Yes.
bitten by that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I
But
wondered
you
that
know
as
what?
well.
I'm glad I'm not alone. I'm glad I'm not alone.
Yeah.
You could have just come to me and I could have helped you to avoid that, like...
Oh!
Well, I watched your tutorial, and I tried my best.
I thought it was 45 as well. That's really good.
We've all watched your tutorial, Matt. So, I mean, you know, clearly some work is required there.
Yeah, well, clearly you've watched it and, you weren't paying enough attention, because...
No, I think what's happened there is that 3 people have been legitimately tripped up by not being given the correct... Oh, yeah, I've been tripped again. By not being given...
Yes, blame the game, Sam.
Correct info. I'm sorry, but this is... Oh, and James has gone too. And let's see if we get the hat trick. Because it's showing 75-85, which is 45.
Monitoring mode.
That's 45 is the limit. That's not 25, that's 45. Everyone knows this. Although somehow Adam escaped unscathed. I think you took off a little slower.
Nice job, man.
Yeah, see, look, I'm doing the PZB ripple about now, which is whatever you want, you can have it. You can have whatever you want, and I'm being very careful in my depart. That's this manoeuvre.
At what point do you just hit the whole keyboard
Never.
aggressively?
I mean, for my test run, the only thing I did was deliberately tripped PZB so that I could figure out how to reset after a PZB trip. I thought everything else I'll work out as I go, but I just need to know how to do that.
I didn't need to wait to do it intentionally. Getting out of Meißen on my practice run was the test of do I know what I'm doing.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
What point did JD become the most experienced rookie?
Purely because of the number of these that he's done.
Gotcha.
And so by now, he should be quite capable.
And how many of these has he won?
Only one by default because everyone else was disqualified. I mean, this is why Jamie ended up being partnered with Adam, because they are team disqualified.
Actually, yeah, isn't Jamie more experienced? Okay.
Yes, he is. Yes, he came in as a replacement for Roy, who was going to be making his debut on the team, and then went, "Oh no, I can't make it on that day, but I promise I'll do the next one." To which I said, "Lies." Because it probably is lies. Anyway, Roy will join us at some point.
Several days as well, anyway. So.
I'll get him down to do the Spirit of Steam showdown at the end of the year. We're going to do a Spirit of Steam showdown at the end of the year, and that'll be a 16 up. I don't know how I have no idea how that'll work.
Good luck.
We should be pitted against ourselves.
No, I'll do an edited special so it doesn't run for 6 hours. I'll make sure that it's at least viewable.
That wasn't my best stop.
No, which one did you stop at best, do you think?
One of the early ones.
Okay, alright, good.
That's
Here
it.
comes in. Where are we at then?
Good, I mean, I sent you the footage to review before we kicked off, so you should be totally familiar.
Of course you did. Did you?
No, that was just a narrative I was spinning and I was seeing if you were going with it or not, but apparently not.
No, that was one of those moments where I was like, wait, did I miss that? Should I have watched this?
That's a nice stop, Adam.
We got PZB approaching again, so I'm obsessed.
Yeah, I mean, obviously what you can't hear at your end while you're watching this back, you can't hear the game. Because if you could hear the game, what you would be hearing is endless flipping beeping. Just beeping. It's either beeping to tell you you're doing something wrong, or that sifa has been kicking off for the last 30 seconds and you missed it, or acknowledgement buttons being deployed.
Yeah. We've all got our beeping and flashing and
Look
flashing
at
and
that
beeping.
train going past everyone at the same time. How glorious is that? Oh, it's lovely.
Beautiful.
Although they seem to have been held up for James.
Yeah, Yes, was it a different loco on each one? I couldn't quite tell.
I wasn't looking. I have to be honest, I wasn't looking.
The joys of substitution, anyway.
Hmm. There's not a lot to say, is there? Because it's just quite a fun watch, and you can kind of go, oh, who's doing what, and how badly.
and what icon is flashing on the dash?
All right, let's talk about who's on schedule and who isn't. James is about 20 seconds behind schedule. I'm coming in now, and I'll end up being about 50 seconds to a minute behind schedule. Adam, I noticed you floored it in the last section in order to try and make up some time. I applaud the principle there.
Yeah.
And Matt, of course, knew that that section of track was mislabeled for PZB, which is why he wasn't tripped by it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm so knowledgeable with PZB that, I just can't be phased.
And all of a sudden it becomes clear why he didn't show up for this recording, is he didn't want to have to face that question.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am right here, Sam. You are
Oh, I
literally
beg your pardon,
talking to
Matt.
me.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah,
/
literally
auto
right
drive.
here.
Just don't make any promises. You know the rules.
So, let's get prompt.
How's your board game projecting going? Have you announced your board game project?
Not officially. It's not exactly a secret, but it's not officially been spoken about yet.
In which case, don't officially speak about it. Just how's it going? How's it going in the world of
it's
board
going
games?
very well. I'm enjoying it an awful lot, and it's very, very fun. And I am actually looking forward to everybody seeing it.
Well, good.
Is what Nat would say if she was here.
Very, very good. Air quotes, Matt. Right. Okay. Where are we? We're with 6:53. So we're halfway. Yeah, just short of halfway along the route. And
this is where there's a big change, isn't there?
We'll do another score check at the next stop, which is the one that Matt's coming into now.
We've just come through the junction.
Because obviously, Matt didn't have an unscheduled stop. Right, after stop, Matt is on 59.20. It looks like Adam's going to be next one in. And she's not going to have 59.20, I'll tell you that for nothing. 57.56 for Adam, so he's 170, 180 behind. And here comes James.
Definitely going to
This one's going to be just a bit of an overshoot.
Just a head start for the next section.
That's 58.17, so that puts you in second at the moment. Not bad. Adam at the back at the present time. And here we go. Trundling in at 20 kilometres an hour. I'll arrive at some point in the next week. Going like, no, I'm already behind schedule. Well, who cares anymore? Oh, no, this is the long stop, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the one. Actually, you can get quite a bit of walking in this.
If you get out of the train, you can.
I decided not to.
Look, even coming at 20 kilometres an hour, I still overshoot. Look at that. Oh, dear.
It's a deceiving stop, this one.
And 58.37, so I'm in second. All right. I like it. Where have you... Oh, you burned all your points by thrashing the speed limit, I suspect, Adam.
No, I thought it was under speed, but I don't think I'm nailing the stops. So I'm not getting very many points on the stops.
I find that the initial braking is very effective, but the end section of braking is not as strong as you expect it to be.
Well, that's because if you're using the electric brake, the slower you go, the less effective it is. So that's why I was asking, did you stick to traditional brakes or not?
Yeah, well, you see, they need to put that on the box. Or I needed to have learned from the first few times and kind of gone, this slows down the final bit a bit, sluggishly. Where are you going, James?
I've Got no idea where I'm going. Just trying to fit in as many steps as possible.
Oh,
You're not, though, are you?
I fly the camera around.
You're wandering up and down the same 5 meters of track and just kind of go.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter how big a circle you're going in. I'm just
Constantly looking for screenshots.
I was going to
That's
basically any opportunity to
Do
show
you want
off.
to give up the service?
That's how long he's been out of the cab.
nearly clicked the wrong button. That would have been bad.
Oh.
Jumped in the second-hand seat.
Here we are. We're catching a bit of sunrise at this point as well, which is nice.
Oop, watching the trains go by.
Work in progress livery there. Oops.
Oh, was that one of yours?
That's one of mine. Yeah. Wasn't expecting that to show up.
Okay, right. What's the time differential we've got going on? Right, I just hit 57. Adam was furthest away. So I think the time differential now is only about 13 seconds. 14, 15 seconds, something like that.
I don't think you've shown us the front of the train enough there, James.
Well, you know.
He does love it, doesn't he? Don't he love it?
Always got to try and fit it in.
If you do the work, then show it off.
Yes, fair
there's nothing wrong with that.
It's
Well,
all very
there
nice.
is peppermint, apparently.
Everyone
just proud
likes
of the
this
L
more than they
plates.
liked your livery, Adam. Just get over it. And the reason for that is because it's nicer. It's not as much of an eyesore. Right, there we go. I'm off. Matt's
funny.
off.
More
It's true.
eyesore.
Everyone's away. Look at that. Oh, good shot.
Wow, that is synced.
Oh yeah, no, that is.
That's
that
a
is
good
nice.
shot.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. It's
Just
another
too
it's
good
another
at it.
PZB moment, but everyone's hitting the release on time, apart from me. All you have to do is press release, then you can gun it. Although
I
I
also
think I'd
found
hit him
that-
once bitten, twice shy by this point. I went like, I'm going to go ever so flaming gently. I just don't want to be stopped again.
Well, I also found that setting the speed, the train didn't necessarily hit that speed. So you'd have to undercompensate and then bring it up as well. So these sections where you could get up to the speed that you'd set it at were quite risky for keeping to the speed limit.
And also getting up to speed, then realizing the station's right in front of you.
Right there.
Like they're so close together in this section. It's
I know
terrifying.
exactly what you mean. I experienced exactly the same feelings in this part.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
luckily
can
South
imagine
East
the
is
beads
not on
of
this
sweat
route,
as you
yeah.
come into each
Yeah.
stop.
Oh,
Good. Yeah. There you go. solid learnings there across the bar. I kind of go. I can't remember what I was thinking at this point. I was going like, I don't know why that thing tripped me up before. It bugged me. It's like when I did my driving test. I passed my driving test on the second attempt. On the first attempt, I thought, I can't understand why he's failed me. I did everything right there. On my second attempt, we got to do the reverse round the corner, which they used to have in. I don't think they do it anymore. But we got to do the reverse round the corner, and I went up the curb. And that was one of the first things we did. And so, and in the back of my head, I go, well, that's screwed. Then I might as well just drive back to the test centre now. But he took me through the rest of the test and passed me at the end of it. And I went, but I backed up the curb. Because it occurred to me to not say that, but I thought no, I reckon he probably noticed. And he goes, yeah, but it was how you drove after that. We allow people to make mistakes because no one's flawless 100% of the time. No one got killed. So after that, it was like the pressure was off and you just drove for the sake of driving.
was that the criteria when you were learning to drive? Just don't kill anyone and you probably
take
pass.
More or less. More or less. Don't kill anyone. And if you're carrying any substances, keep them in your bag.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Was it the era before seatbelts, was it?
Up yours, Adam. What? Oh, okay. I passed my test in 1990.
I wasn't even born.
I know. I mean, if you look at the hair colouring that I have, of what little hair I have at the moment.
Sam?
I mean,
What hair?
I'm a bit like a
Remove
badger at the moment, but fundamentally grey. I've been around. I've done stuff. Things have happened, and we power on. I've seen multiple millennia, and let me tell you, they were both as rubbish as each other. Right, where are we? Germany.
We already just figured that out.
I have. Look at the scores. I'm on 74.86. James is on 74.66. Adam is on 74.32, and Matt's cheating.
No, I am not. I'm just really good.
Cheating. Also, given that you didn't. Oh no, because the extended stop will have levelled out our track position.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go. In fact, that gantry on the right there, we all just passed that within about 2 seconds of each other. So this is legit scoring now. James is in second. Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh. And there's not a lot in it either. You're only trailing by about 100 points.
See, James, you did belong in the professional one.
But I was talking
believe in myself.
I was talking to no air quotes, Matt, about this route, and he says realistically it should always be close unless someone makes a total dog's dinner of it, because it is a stop and go service.
Yeah, but
As long as you get the stop bit right and the go bit right, you're fine.
Yeah.
It comes down to how well you do the stops. Look at me misjudging the braking again. This is usually one of my stronger suits, is getting the braking right. Dear me.
It couldn't help that stop.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it compares. 86 Adam, 80-19. Here comes Matt. That's a good stop from Matt.
It was a good stop from me, actually. I was pretty happy with that one.
Good, glad to hear it. 81-81, Matt's in the lead, James in second, Adam in third. I'll be there eventually. Come on, man. In fact, I'm still on time, so it's all good. The passenger... Oh, look at this. Slick. 81-03. I'm in second. Come on.
Oh.
Changing a lot.
I think I just realised I'm the only one using the
you only
menu
need to
to
blow one stop, and the scores will change dramatically, or speed in one bit and the scores will change dramatically. I mean, there's nothing in it. Fewer than 200 points separating everyone. It's edge of the seat stuff.
It really is. I mean, obviously, I'm well aware of how well I performed, but it's like I'm seeing it for the first time.
Mm-hmm. it's that fresh.
It is that fresh.
I was looking to see if a train was going to overtake me, because that'd be cool. But it didn't.
Or if you overtake a train, that's cool too.
It is.
But I agree, I concur on if you're following your train and another train comes past it on the outside, that's what golden screenshots are made of. That's back of the box stuff. As you would know.
Are you telling James how to capture screenshots?
No, I'm applauding the art form.
Oh.
Are you using a controller at the moment, James?
So I'm driving with the keyboard, but every time I want to get some fancy shots in, pick the controller up, analog sticks, much better.
Johnny,
That's
two
usually the way
controllers, like it.
That's usually the way I do it.
Fancy.
Come on, Adam, you're a bit slow on the draw on the old PZB on the sifa there. If it has to whistle at you, you're not paying attention.
Did it shout at you?
Is this the one?
Oh.
Well, I don't know. You're coming in briskly.
No, it won't.
No, you've got it. No, you've got it.
But you've just hinted that perhaps there was one that didn't quite go to plan.
You've got to use all the controls in the train if you're going to make it worthwhile. So that includes reverse.
For some reason, Matt's just had a freight service go past him and nobody else has. Is Matt on a dev build? No.
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't get myself disqualified. I'm not Adam.
Well, where's everyone else's freight service? Oh no, there's mine. Oh, sorry, beg your pardon. It was obviously delayed. Oh, no,
Oh, here it
James has
comes.
got one too. Here comes Adams. All right,
I see
okay.
how it's
Everyone
like
can
a great
relax.
service.
It's fine.
And
It was
suddenly
just
stop
early
everything.
for Matt.
Oh, no, I'm on a dev bill. I see you. Yeah.
There's always a reason, and you know it.
If Nat was sat in this seat, she'd have been a little bit nervous then, just in case he was in fact on a dev bill.
You say that. No, should just be sat there sassing everyone.
Doesn't sound like that.
Non-stop sass all day long.
No.
There you go. Right, nice gentle start there.
All synced as well. We're all away.
Well, we're getting close to the sync time now, and there's about 11 seconds between fastest and slowest clock.
That yellow really does glow in the lights on the platforms, doesn't it?
Lovely.
It's a lot more intense
All
than
right,
it was
James,
in
we like
editor.
the skin. We like it. All right, we like it's with. How much more credibility? Not credibility. How many more props do you want for it?
Wow.
It's very nice. Well done. But I mean,
Maybe it should go on Creators Club, see how many downloads it gets.
but don't
Do it.
milk it.
Absolutely milk it.
What? Milk the livery? Why would I milk the livery that I made specifically for this?
Oh,
there it is.
no, you missed the passing shot there.
I did.
That was mediocre.
It was. We need a pause function. It's so annoying.
That's alright, Matt's here. I'll look
I
into it.
don't think we need a pause. I think we need dedicated camera tools. I think you need a proper stop it anywhere and move anywhere with all kinds of things like filtering and depth of field and even down to micro positioning. So being able to shove trains slightly backward or forward in the shots on their track in order to keep it done. Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
I am Matt, right? I can
Cyberpunk
make that
has it.
happen.
Now,
Yeah,
admittedly, Cyberpunk did cost probably about £250 million to create, but their camera tool is probably the best one I've come across.
It's fine. I'm sure that's Matt's pocket money. It'd be fine. We can do that. Yeah. Have it done next week.
Yeah, Matt, you know, I'm sure Matt would be happy to fund it himself.
Overshooting again, and Matt's gone through. Adam looked like a crispy stop there. Adam.
That wasn't my best stop, actually.
James has gone through as well.
Very tricky.
Adam with the crispy stop. All right, what's that done to the scores? In first, Matt 10.450. In second, still me, just 10.354. Then James 10.338, and then Adam
He's so close.
10.287. Oh yeah.
And it's only half the battle.
Adam's trying to get some bonus points by doing the collectibles. James is up to it as well. He's like, slap up a route map. Oh yes.
Gotta be done.
Like in the defibrillator.
Use the ticket machine, yeah.
Gotta make sure I'm valid.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
You're only the driver. Without your ticket...
Well, you see what this, well, you know, at some point, we'll have to have a live discussion about ticket collector gameplay.
Like video editor gameplay.
Yeah, video editor gameplay, ticket collector gameplay. What would that look like? Obviously, it's not something we're doing, but it's certainly something that would live within the world of Train Sim World. And therefore, what would it look like? How would you keep it interesting enough? Because obviously, in the UK, which I'm relatively familiar with, you'd be counted as a train manager, which means that on an EMU, you'll also be controlling the doors. Actually, on a service like this, you'd probably control the doors as well. But I'm not so familiar with German passenger operations. I've only been on German passenger trains about half a dozen times, I think. Mind you, they have ticket inspectors, don't they?
Yeah.
As long as we get a button to kick the fare dodgers out, that's fine.
Yeah, exactly. What do you do with the fare dodgers? Maybe you don't have fare dodgers. Maybe you have some people need to buy a ticket. Some people you're just checking them. I mean, the way that we do. I mean, the way that TSW was always designed was we try and get rid of the negative aspects of
Hold up, backwards
railway.
train.
Backwards train.
Backwards train. I don't get what's going
You
on here.
realise you're taking a wrong turn.
No,
Vicious turn.
they missed the platform. They're backing up.
Yeah.
It's being driven by one of the rookies.
In which case they've gone the wrong way.
I like how you get like you look at it like, hold on, that is going the wrong way.
Oh, Adam, look at this! Woo, baby!
Oh no!
Oh my goodness!
Was it that distracting?
Hang on.
That
No,
Have you done?
it was
Have you done a total overshoot? You've slapped it into reverse before you've even stopped. That's bold.
Yeah, the negative train. No, I was paying so much close attention to PZB. Completely forgot you meant to stop the train somewhere.
Ouch.
if Nat were here right now, she would relate to that moment so much.
Well, you've got to do that. You need to do the camera check at this point and kind of go,
Right.
is the
Have to do the
rear
camera
door still in the station?
I was a long way past.
You didn't even camera check. Oh, do you know what? Like,
The,
School
the
boy error.
passengers of that
Back.
other train, the passengers of that other train are terrified now.
They're going, what's even happening?
You're lucky there wasn't a signal there. If there was a signal there, you would have been completely over.
You would be surprised how many people use the old, I missed it, I'm backing up.
I can't believe you didn't get like at least an outside shot just to, you know, really show us your shame.
Yeah, so, I mean, the Nat manoeuvre is overshoot dramatically, but one door is left
Yes.
legit, in which case you
Yeah.
take it. The
Exactly.
Mat manoeuvre, otherwise known as the Nebworth, is where you just don't bother stopping at all. Just keep going. Just keep going.
Just keep driving, just keep driving.
And what is the
And then that's when it went wrong. I pulled away.
Oh, that's
Oh, there.
there's nothing wrong with that. That's a classic. That is. I've had to make an adjustment, and I forgot to put it pointing the right way again.
Oh no, that was where I was like, oh, that's gone. It's
Oh,
totally
hang
gone.
on, James has and me. I tripped PZB again. Is this another undocumented PZB moment?
No, it's not. You both just stuck.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's what Nat would say, but I'm Matt. I'm not that harsh. I mean, just need to practice more, guys.
This is my chance to reprieve myself. Everyone else is stuck.
Only if you're doing 25.
44.
No, there you go,
45
Adam.
gone!
Ah.
Oh, shucks.
And you're just going, but why? I don't understand. I was driving carefully.
Yeah. Gonna be down to 45
Oh,
now.
gosh.
I notice, Matt, you've had no problems with this at all, because obviously you've used the console to disable any negative effects PZB can have on you.
Excuse me.
You're not excused. It's a competition. It's serious business.
How dare you accuse me of cheating? I would never.
I'm just saying the evidence speaks for itself.
I mean, no, I was going to say something, but even for me, that could mean I was going to.
Anyway, I think it's safe to say that Matt might well be in the lead at this point.
I'm brilliant.
Well, you know, the fact that Jamie was going to pick up after me, I was quite relaxed.
Yeah, well, the
Well, I needed
Ringers
to achieve.
team.
I'm sure Jamie's going to be really pleased with how well you did.
Well, I mean, also making Jamie use PZB is good for a laugh. That's easy chuckles. That is. There you go. James is going through because this is the other classic, which is where you're on a go via. The number of people who stop at a go via and go, "Oh, this is a go via,"
Yeah.
want to tear their own face off. You know what we should do with those? Do you know what we should do with those? Give them a different flipping icon. It's not rocket science. I mean, or change the colour. Make one of them really bright blue to say, stop at this one. And make one of them a really bright, not blue. Red. No, red's too dangerous.
Yeah, red would other way around. Make the stop red.
We'd have to
make
go.
the
We'd have to go through color sensitivity stuff. So yeah, we'll go through color sensitivity stuff and find one yellow maybe that is just keep going. You can pretty much ignore this.
Unless you're James, and then it's yellow.
Yeah.
Did I just make a mistake?
I think.
Nat, what did you do?
He turned off the cheat pack.
Oh dear. Oh, how the mighty hath fallen.
Oh no.
All right, let's see the professionalism with which the interlock is cleared, because there's a knack to it.
I was
There it
simply,
is.
Demonstrating that I wasn't cheating. That's all that was, because clearly up until this point everyone thought I was cheating.
You did it on purpose,
yes,
just
it was
because you kind of
completely
go,
intentional.
if I don't get tripped at some point, it's going to be too obvious. It's going to be too obvious.
Sure, that's what happened.
Oh, look at that lovely skin. Oh, it's beautiful. Have you actually got
I
a
don't know who
is,
made that.
Is the yellow, is it a multi-textured yellow you've got going on there? Is that purposeful? Or have you
Yeah.
just slapped a bunch of shapes on there?
It's all like stars.
Also,
but the
you've just
stars at
tripped
the front.
PZB.
It seems to be a problematic area. That is.
Yeah, like
Well, Sam's about to come up to it.
No, I'm doing the dance.
oh you yeah.
Still alive.
Here we go. Let's go
While
through.
you stopped, you might as well show us that livery we haven't seen.
Still alive.
Just to give you enough time to read it, you know. It's,
Yeah.
I'm going, yeah,
Needs to be
40 feels safe. 40, yeah, I feel safe about 40. Despite the fact
I'm
I'm probably allowed to go quite a lot faster. I'm going, I don't trust it. I don't trust this area at all. Don't trust it. I'm going to keep doing 40. Maybe 38. 38 feels safe. Yeah. It's not going to tell me off for that.
You sure?
And then Adam's blasting through at 65 going, what evs? What?
Get me in that station, quick.
Coming into the Neustadt.
So maybe not in points, but I'm now back ahead of James, having reversed.
I'm impressed.
James made a pit stop.
yeah, needed to change the tyres. Yeah, that's definitely what it is.
And Sam, actually. Wow.
Just a quick spanner check here, James.
Yeah, of course.
Right, I am a minute and 15 behind timetabled scheduled services. Adam's about a minute behind as well. James is going to be about a minute and 15 behind the schedule. Look at this. He's off. He's on his collectible mission again. Oh no, he's gone like, no, I've done me one. That'll do.
It's just as well I hadn't already done them, really.
Jump back in.
Right. See ya. I'd rather be ya, because you'd have more points than I do.
Yep, there you go. Matt, Adam's ripping it now. That's good to see. You're only 55 points adrift of me.
This is so close.
Yeah.
I get tripped any more times.
It's always very panicky.
This is what you get with professionals driving.
Yeah,
Is
it is.
everyone tripping PZB on multiple occasions?
Well, you
Yeah.
want to make sure the system's working, don't you? So.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I don't. I never want to make sure the system's working. I'm quite happy to work with the system, but it's just the system's weird, and none of the signals that come with it are in any way descriptive of what you're supposed to be doing. It goes 85, 70, 85, 70. What does it mean? 45.
Just
or
give
40
my, give my
to be on the
presentation
safe
another watch,
side.
Sam.
And then just release. You kind of go, all right. Oh, and also there's 1,000 hertz going on. You go, oh good. None of this says 45 though, does it? How am I? I mean, if I was a German train driver, they will have given me multiple years of training, and I imagine one of those years is just going, no. When it says 85-70, it means 45. Well, why doesn't it just say 45? No. 85-70. What do they stand for? Doesn't matter.
45 was already taken.
45 was taken. What for? Oh, windscreen wiper speed. Maximum windscreen wiper revolutions per minute. Oh,
Maybe that's when they went to the hardware shop. The only buttons they had left were the 85. And, like,
we put them on the demo train, and everyone, yeah. We're all talking to each other. Go, do you know why it says 85-75? No, I don't. But I better pretend I do. Oh yes, of course, 85-70.
yeah. Or they just finished building the first batch of trains. You go back to the original prototype, and it says "Not final, do not copy."
not
Yeah, very good placeholder. Of course, the chat is now filled with people explaining why it says 85-70. Before I have to go, like, we recorded this yesterday. This camera stuff, we're oblivious to the scorn that you are currently pouring upon us, although clearly I'm aware that it's going to happen.
How many more stops?
Adam, you look like you're concentrating as much as if you were driving for reals.
I'm holding the keyboard.
It's stressing you out, Adam.
It is fabulously close.
Scores.
Matt's got a big lead, but he's had the next injection of points, so it won't be quite as big.
Now that
Adam, are you second in there? I think you are, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay,
What's
so
that?
Matt is ahead of Adam by 259 points.
Okay.
That's still nothing. If you consider this is an hour-long route end to end, that's no difference in score at all.
What was this? This one confused me. A flashing green.
Oh yeah, I saw the flashing green and I went, oh, better slow down. Start
Can't be
rippling.
good. It can't make up its mind. It's either green or it's not. Ooh.
You then look at the dash, and the dash is just going, no, nothing from me, Gov. And you got to go, all right
Was
then.
that an S or a 5 on the signal?
Oh, I
It's green,
don't
but it
rig the
says
signal.
stop.
I just go off
Stop.
the cab. If the cab is telling me to do stuff, I'll do it.
Oh no! See, I'm
You
short
just
again.
got-
There you go.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Adam,
S was stop.
fell over that hurdle again.
Oh dear.
I am coming into this one very slowly.
Yeah, everybody's already.
What held me
left.
up? If I didn't know better, I would say, hello, Wasp. If I didn't know better, it might fly in front of the camera in a sec. In fact, I
Oh,
think
yep.
It just did.
Yeah, I think it's a
Literally
horse.
just did as you said
it's okay,
that.
I think it was a horsefly rather than a wasp. It was just buzzing quite a bit. Oh, I thought someone had gone. It's always a delight when someone goes and it's not me.
Nobody else got tripped by that.
I am very late. Why am I so late? Where did I lose the time? I know I've been going slowly, but I didn't think I'd burned all of that time away. Especially with not being tripped. You kind of go, still last. You kind of go, but why though? Okay, this is Matt coming in for the final stop.
I feel pretty confident with how I've done.
What, having led from start through to finish and not being tripped by PZB very often?
I got tripped by PZB.
I don't know what you could be talking about.
You switched.
It happened. I'm only human.
And you there. Now, Matt is paired with Alex. This is Alex's first 4-up.
Oh, poor Alex.
Yeah, so obviously he's not had a lot of time to practice at all. Well, he's had all of out of hours to practice, but you know he's going to get absolutely thrashed by JD because JD's just a total veteran.
Yeah, JD is an absolute champion at trains.
He is just the bomb.
Yeah.
I mean, I was talking to him last month about just how massive a gamer he is. And how he's like all games non-stop, 24/7. And that trains have really taken a massive part of that. Anyway, Matt finishes on 18.051 with a gold medal. Well done, Matt. You've done well.
No, thanks. I appreciate that. I feel like I did really well.
Oh, I had the
just one more look at the livery.
Dear me.
I didn't hear that, James. It better have been nice.
Just one more look at the livery.
There you go, James is in.
Yeah, I queued up the shot here, and then it said lock the doors.
James finishes on 17.855 and the gold medal. Nice one, James. How did you find it, your first PZB outing?
I was going for gold and I got gold. That's all that matters
You'd
to me.
slapped it all over the front of your train already and nailed it. In fact, if I didn't know better, I'd say you use the eyedropper tool to match the colour of your train to the colour of the gold medal. Here comes Adam. Adam's come in and finished on 17.800. Ooh, adrift by 55 whole points. I'll be along in a moment.
Poor Alex. His first 4-up isn't even a 4-up. You made him do an 8-up challenge. That's just cruel, Sam.
No, I don't think it is. You see, I think that way they have someone else they can blame. Or in this case, someone else they can blow it for. No one has to fail alone.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have every faith in Alex and his capabilities. I think he's going to smash it. We're dream team.
Yeah. Oh, I think I'm going to come last. Because you only get 1,000 points for completing a stop, and that's if you stop perfectly. And that will put me behind Adam.
That was not a perfect stop there.
And I've stopped late again. Ugh.
So, like, the next train's in the other platform
How
already.
did you do worse than Adam? He had to go backwards.
I think my stop accuracy was just woeful on this one. I never got stop accuracy right. I think I had one good stop, and the rest of them I was always out by 5, 10, 15 meters, something like that. So I finished on 17.680, which is 120 points adrift of Adam. So I finished in last. That's okay. I was bottom seed in this. So James, you hit above your weight. Well done. Adam, you hit below your weight. Sorry. Matt finished exactly where we expected. I finished exactly where we expected. It's all good. But gold medals all around their team. Thank you very much there. The professionals. We shall now hand over to the rookies. More importantly, they all get to depart on time. Yeah. So we'll hand over to the rookies and see how they can ruin it for everyone.
Good luck, guys.
All right, so we're picking up the second stage now, and the only rule coming out of the first stage was that if anyone was delayed beyond the start time for this second service, which is 7:35, if anyone turned up later than 7:35, then the follow-on driver would be delayed with their start. Good news, no one was delayed with their start. All 4 professional drivers arrived getting close to on time. So the second phase challenge, quite straightforward. We're taking the 735 S3 out from Dresden, and we're using the 442, the TAN 2. Drivers are entitled to use whichever variant they please, and we'll see how it goes. Now, because this is rookies, everyone has to use their windscreen wipers, and they don't have to use safety systems. Any problems there?
Except Jamie.
Apart from Jamie. Jamie, who jumped in at the last moment to become a driver. And therefore, Jamie does have to use his safety systems. Right, let's get this show on the road. Here we go. So I'm representing Alex, who is partnered with Matt. Alex couldn't join us for the recording. This is Alex's very first 4-up, let alone an 8-up. And JD's underway to start with, using his patented absolutely no game sound approach.
The no game sound.
I thought that I'd recorded the sound for this one, and it does get to a point. I will do some narration of the sounds that I was doing as I was going through, because in the absence of having a bell, I went to town on the horn in this one.
Well, it's all for naught because you weren't actually recording the sound, you idiot. You might want to. Also, you've got quite a noticeable head start going on.
Yes, I noticed. Yeah.
What level of potato were you playing on?
Well, work laptop, so potato work laptop by the sounds of things. I was like, am I just really good at this? Is that why I'm starting really quickly? But apparently no, it's because I've got a terrible work laptop.
I mean, your frame rate's relatively solid throughout. But here we go. See, so Cat's kicked off.
What time is the sync, by the way?
8:24.
8:24. Okay.
A little while yet. You've got about a minute's head start. There we go, and Alex is underway. He's straight in there. Alex with the least experience of any of the drivers of this foursome.
It's frozen for me. Oh no, okay. Nice.
Oh, I've started. There you go.
Sitting in a seat. Oh, Alex is sitting in a seat.
Yeah, Alex has just decided to go join the passengers while waiting for the time to expire.
I'm not even going to look at that.
I'm just running around the cab like, what now? What buttons do I need to press? Have I got that one there?
I will
there
at some point. I'll be taking a walk at my platform. I invite you all to look at the beauty that is on my screen. Are you guys ready? Yeah.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
She's got eyelashes. And little love hearts. There we go.
You can tell the drivers who are in it for the distance on foot challenge.
Yeah.
And those who aren't and just don't want to get it wrong.
I know Adam Lucas takes the foot on foot challenge quite seriously. I know that he likes to jump out the trains and run up and down, so thought I'd challenge him. And there's another one, and look, they're holding hands.
Oh.
They're cute.
That's not where their hands are.
Well,
they're holding something.
So I want to make a point just before we start that I was so keen on sticking to time here. I really wanted to do Sam proud and get as close to the time as I possibly could do. And as the route progresses, you will start to realise that I get more and more frustrated that I'm not able to keep to that time. So bear that in mind when you see something happen later on.
It's always good when JD's putting his excuses in within the first minute. That's always a quality sign, that is.
I was going to say, ye of little faith, Sam, but I mean, in your case, I think it's probably justified.
You scored the weakest of the 4 pros, so we'll see how we get on.
Wonderful.
wait, is JD under the pros list or the?
No, JD's not on the pros list.
Okay.
Don't be silly.
Well, you were originally.
JD's got more experience than any of the rookies, or any of the rookies from initially, which is why he's paired with the weakest of the pros. I thought weakest pro, strongest rookie.
Yeah, we're like 4th and 5th, aren't we? Essentially.
He's the weakest pro.
Good idea.
Yeah,
So
well,
Sam's
it would
the
have worked,
weakest pro.
Jamie, were it for the fact that you're here. You would have been on the pros list.
Yeah.
I have 400 hours on TSW. Do I not count on the pros list?
Not under the 8 ups. I can bump you onto the pros list if you.
Nah, I'm not actually. I'm actually useless with safety systems, so I just ignore them. So.
Based on how it's going so far, I think everyone can safely say there's some work to be done on getting good with safety systems.
Yes.
So on my screen right now, I'm stuck at a red light, and at this point, I'm thinking, have I done something wrong here? Is the game broken? Have I done something wrong here? What do I do? Because the time is fast running out that I need to be at the next station. And again, I'm starting to get a little bit stressed because I feel like at this point I'm already behind on time.
Did you not do a practice one? I mean, I did like a practice opening. I didn't practice run the whole route, but just to start it.
I mean, I did mine in a very small window between meetings. I was late for the meeting that you were in yesterday, Kat, because I was trying to finish this in time, so I didn't have time to do a practice.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's a good point.
No, at this point, everybody's just kind of going, this red's a bit...
I knew that there was a red light, so I just waited.
Contact signaler, Please signal and let me through.
Yeah, that's what I did the first time I was doing it. I was like, why isn't the signal let me through? So rude. But then I saw a train like coming in. I was like, oh, that's it. It's not safe.
Jamie stopped 3/4 of a mile down the track.
Yeah, well, because I've got the PZB on, it was like, because it's got a certain warning system, you mustn't get too close to the signal.
See.
So that was why I stopped
crept up on
slightly
it.
further. So I was like, right, well, I'll do some arty-farty shots.
JD's got the green, and he's thumping it for victory.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, you got the head start.
Well, I mean, this is because my my laptop isn't the best, so therefore everybody else catches up with me, I would assume.
I see.
Yeah, JD's about 40 seconds ahead of you, Kat, in terms of game time.
Because the laptop.
Oh, I know. There is another reason actually. There is another reason. I'll come into that in a sec. I think I'll come into that.
Do you
in a
pause the
second.
game? I was looking for it when I edited this together, and I couldn't find whether you'd paused it at some point or not.
I can't remember whether I paused it or if something else. Again, when it comes to it, I'll tell all, just because.
Okay.
Because
James,
it
is this
does
going to
result in
tab to
hilarious
you display
consequences.
TSW3 on your screen?
You let it.
You can't rule that out, can you?
I suddenly got a shock. I was like, are we live? I was like, can you not say that, please? We need a code name. Come on, let's call it.
It's a bit late for that now.
I know, but in case, just in case. I don't know. We come up with something.
I'm off.
You're off.
I'm off.
Alex is off. There you go. You got the
JD's
8 camera.
already blown 15 points by burning the speed limit. But as he pointed out, he is trying to be on time. I'll accept on time as an alternative to being legal.
I mean, spoiler alert, does not last.
Good times.
I default back to my Captain Slow fairly quickly, I think.
What did you all think of the challenge anyway? What do you like the route? Do you like the drive? Did it keep you on your toes?
Yeah, I really enjoyed that route. Lots of stops. It's very challenging in terms of you didn't have to wait long. I'm not really a fan of routes that have like really long distances in between stations. So yeah, I really enjoyed that route. Yeah.
I was ready to showboat a lot during this. And showboat, I mean, in the worst possible sense of showboat. I wanted to get some extra camera shots in there, but there was so little gap between some of the stations that I really struggled, and the gradients were so harsh in places that it was really difficult to not concentrate.
Yeah, I got wheel spin a couple of times from the rain. Yeah, it was really good.
Also, I'd just like to point out, I've just realised, I think by all three, so Alex, me and JD have all lost, so got that 15 points, but I think Kat, you managed to not speed on that.
No, I do end up speeding some point, but I was pretty good at the beginning. But yes, later down the line I do speed, and there's a big mess up I do later on. You'll see.
Yeah, because it was 60 to 45, then to 60 again, wasn't it? In a very short space of time, and I think I was like, oh, I thought I was at the right speed there, but apparently not.
No, it's changing track. So I think like when it was like going over one track, it was like
changing track is always fatal. Whenever you're switching track, the speed limit will change, and sometimes it won't actually tell you that there's a speed blip going on in there.
No, exactly. So I think I saw it on my first practice run. I did speed on that bit. When I did a practice run, I only went to the first station, but yeah, I noticed that bit was there. So yeah, when I went through it again properly, I made sure.
Do you know the hardest thing that I found about this route? I'm so used to working in miles an hour that I kept on constantly thinking that I was going far too quickly for the station approaches. So most of them I ended up slowing down a lot earlier than I should have done, because I was thinking I was going miles an hour rather than kilometers an hour.
It's why what I recommend when you do that, because everybody's allowed to have one practice run, I recommend you get yourself up to a speed that you think you're going to be doing on a regular basis, and put maximum brake on and see how many meters it takes you to stop, because then you will know if push comes to shove, this is how much space I need to stop completely.
Alex has gone through that one. Oh,
what did he overshoot?
Well, he's
Quite
gone
a
straight
bit
for the emergency brake. Good lad.
Oh,
And what I will
Slam
note
on the
from
brakes at some
Alex's
point as
approach
well.
to this is Alex is very much still in the school of grip it and rip it. There's not a lot of finesse, not yet. But he's new, and therefore he will learn.
I'm going way too slowly. I think I thought my train wouldn't brake so well, so I went way too slowly.
What's even more impressive, if you look at Alex now, he's trying to get the train going, but he's interlocked. Now, he's brand new, and therefore,
Not
he does,
interlock.
if I were to say interlock to him, he'd look at me with some kind of blank expression. But he is going to figure it out.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, oh, there you go.
There you go. See, he's managed to free up the interlock. I bet he has no idea what happened.
He's learning.
I'm so jealous.
Also, I'd like to point out that Alex is currently reversing.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh.
He's
Okay, yep.
he's cancelling his minor overshoot there.
By a lot. He's actually just overshooting
Yeah,
the
there's
station
lots
the
of
other
people
way.
in the chat watching this now going, but fair play to him. He's getting the job done, and he doesn't care how he's getting it done. He's getting it done.
Yeah. Go. And I was PZBing, so PZB, every little sign and everything, I was just like, right, PZB, PZB, PZB.
I feel like every time Jamie says PZB in this section, just to highlight the fact that he is the pro here, that everybody should take a drink.
What's your
Yeah,
obsession with
swig of
everybody
water.
take a drink?
Drinking
Don't-
game.
I've got one
Don't
handy.
make me put an everybody take a drink joke in, because
It's CSW
I
drinking
will.
game. CSW drinking game. Drink every time you see a train.
That would be a very, very short stream, I
I've
think.
done the one gag I've allowed myself. I'm not doing another one. But I'm sorely tempted.
What?
It's more
Cut it
outside
out.
shots. Go.
There's some horn action on the go. It's always good to see or hear.
Yeah.
I always make sure to honk the horn by the station.
So what I didn't mention was when we were stuck at the red light for seemingly ages, I went to basically just try and press every button because I wasn't sure what I needed to do at this point, if I'd screwed up or not. And I got to a point where I was trying to press different combinations of horns, so you could actually, I didn't think it was going to work. And then as soon as I started pressing one combination, it turned green, and I thought I
No.
basically unlocked the Konami code.
You thought you found the magic twist to getting a
Yep.
signal to change.
So that is a bit of a recurring theme in that I try and use the horn to get me through bad
Beautiful.
situations.
How does that work?
Actually,
Does
It
that-
did not work well.
Is it everything you dreamed? Right, let's have a quick look at the scores. So James is currently about 25 seconds ahead, and
Ooh.
he's on 17.97. Jamie is, he's actually 45 seconds behind JD, and he's on 17.97. So,
We're tied, aren't we? Yeah.
but yeah, pretty much
well,
in the same
actually, JD's
place.
in
Kat's on 16.50, Alex on 16.33. It's pretty close. What I will say is that the scores at the end of this are very close.
the lead.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
very close.
This is going to be good then.
And the
Same
same
with
the
Smith
same is true for stage one, as those who will have watched stage one already know. The scores at the end of stage one are very close. You don't know what the scores are, do you?
Nah, I really want to watch stage one.
I do. They're on a piece of paper. The only thing that's not close is the amount of distance covered on foot.
Okay. I know roughly how long I did on foot, but don't know everyone
Remember.
else.
It's a nice stop there, James.
I lost it. I think that was probably my. I'm trying to think of how many. What I did. Yeah, Jamie nailed me on that one, I think.
There you go. Yeah, I think that was a perfect stop on that one.
I'm a
It's
little behind.
Also, everybody is behind schedule, and I suspect
Yeah.
that red
Yeah.
light right at the beginning threw everybody.
Yes, it really did.
Mm.
Yeah, you think, hang on, I'm going to be late, and then you see the train coming, you're like, oh,
Okay.
hang on.
More horn action. There we go. I also, as we get progressively further on in this, I keep on forgetting my left and right. So I
Helpful.
do keep on them pressing the wrong doors. as we go through further on in this. You will notice further as we get through.
Actually, one of the biggest telltales between watching the pros and vets play the game is that the pros are more likely to be using keyboard.
Yeah, they don't look at
Yeah,
the...
I use keyboard for a lot of it, but that again came to my cost, as we'll find later.
I use keyboard, but I still use the camera to select buttons because I wasn't confident with the shortcuts. But yeah, I did use shortcuts for the doors.
Oh, no, even though I know the shortcuts for the doors, I like pushing the buttons.
Yeah.
I do
It's
like
definitely
pushing the
more fun.
buttons when it comes to opening and closing the doors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And look at this, Alex. He might be new to the game, but he's thinking about going for a wander. I don't
at
want
the
to know
girls?
what's going through his mind at the
It's
moment.
just eyeing people up.
Hello.
Hello
I'm a
there.
train driver.
Hello there.
I'm a train driver.
Just doffs his hat.
No, I won't make any dirty jokes.
It's a family show, Cat.
I know. I know. Where are we all going? We're going to... I can't read any of the German. I can't pronounce...
Freital.
Freital. Can't speak German.
It's easy. German's simple. It's very, very, very straightforward. It's really easy for English people to learn German.
It's quite similar to our language, yeah.
Well, if you were to start with Swedish is very, very easy to learn.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's a bit more
Swedish
difficult.
is because it's a rules-based language, and once you understand the rules, you can work out anything you like.
Oh, right.
There's obvious exceptions going on in there.
Yeah.
But German is also very rules-based. It just looks more terrifying than it is because of the way the words get long. And the only reason that the words get long is because they do an awful lot of compound words where they're just slapping words next to each other. So, for example, now this is my favorite example is Rollschuhlaufen, right? Which is all one word.
What's that mean?
And you've got Rollschuh, right? Which is two words, and that's roller skates. Well, it's not actually. It's roller shoes, and then Laufen is running. So Rollschuhlaufen is roller skating.
Roller skate running.
Roller shoe running is roller skating. And you kind of go, that's how logical the language is. It's what makes it very easy to learn.
My favourite German word is, I've got two, Backpfeifengesicht, which is a face you'd like to slap, and then Kummerspeck, which is the emotional eating that you do after a breakup.
There's a word for that. Wow.
That's brilliant.
I like Hubschrauber, which is helicopter. There you go. It's not the meaning that amuses me. It is more the pronunciation.
Hubschrauber.
Hubschrauber.
It's the,
Get on a
at the start.
hubschrauber.
It's one of the first words I learned as well. They did flashcards to start with just to teach us random stuff, and I went, oh, as a pronunciation, that one tickles me.
I think there's a place in Switzerland that's called Zug, which in German is train. So there's literally a place in Switzerland called Train as well.
There's also a place in southern Germany, or it's in northern Austria, called Vank.
Yes, there is.
How was that spelled?
Yeah.
We can't go, and then you only have to look on the British Isles for the number of ridiculously named places. If you're going to get into places that sound a bit funny, then I think everybody's got a right to claim that one.
Yeah.
There's a 6 mile bottom not too far from us, which is one of my favourites.
There's a random road country road in Kent called Dumb Woman's Lane. We ended up going down it at some point, and we're like, oh, Dumb Woman's Lane. Very rural road. There's somewhere in Kent you can find it, I think. Yeah,
Right.
I always like finding it somewhere.
Jamie's pulling into the station. I can't help but notice that you're looking out of the window, whereas everybody else is looking down at the control panel.
yeah.
That's the telltale that you're a keyboard man.
Because it was one of those things that so I did my practice run, and we had an issue where my wipers suddenly stopped working, and I was like, right, what am I going to do now? So
On the toilet.
I was just practicing to make sure that if it was the case that it happened again when I did my actual run, then I would be prepared for it. Luckily, it didn't happen again. But yeah, there is a little bit of a mess up later on, but you'll see.
Okay.
I found that the keyboard didn't really work for me later on. But
There will be some people out there saying that Alex should surely be disqualified for not having his wipers on. And and in the rules, it never stipulates when the wipers need to be turned on.
Just says have the wipers on.
Which is why he's not disqualified. I happen to know the future.
I don't quite know how I've managed to lose so many points over Jamie. I'm not quite sure what's happened there.
Stopping accuracy is where you'll get more points than anything else, particularly when it's closely scored like this.
I've been pretty spot on so far. I've only lost about, I think, 10 points in stops, something like that. So I don't quite know where that's happened. But
does PZB make a difference?
Nope.
Good.
It should.
It shouldn't do.
Oh, right, that's interesting.
But my timing, JD, if you look at my timing now, I'm basically 30 seconds on time, within 30 seconds. So I'm now caught up, basically the time now.
That's the other difference, JD, is that, because you are running behind schedule, Jamie's had more points he could score by this point.
True. That's true.
I don't think I ever caught up with the schedule. I was about to catch up and then I messed up. But yeah, I didn't actually catch up with the schedule. I think I was like a couple minutes late when I got in at the last station. But yeah, it's tough.
No, you have to be. If you fall behind schedule, you do have to be quite determined to make the time up again. There's a number of different ways that you can do so, and that is, from more aggressive braking will always help. More aggressive acceleration, that helps too. Being a little bit edgier when it comes to the speed limit, that helps too. One of the main ways you can save time, though, is you can be closing the doors before the passengers have finished boarding.
Yeah. I remember you saying that last time.
And stuff like releasing the brakes while you're stationary, and getting it so that effectively the train can leave immediately.
I was trying to be clever and I thought I'd try. I was trying to do that, but apparently it did not work very well for me, or I'm just a very slow driver. It's probably that one.
I got paranoid that if I shut the doors too early and there were still passengers trying to get on, I have to open them again and shut them again, and there's a risk of that happening. And then you get
that's the risk you take. But I mean, again, with the practice run, figure out how long it takes for the doors to actually close.
I actually did that. I figured it out, and I actually timed it slightly more, so I think I was about 10 seconds out. I think about 5 to 10 seconds out, but I gained a huge amount of time by doing it.
Pro skills.
I will say my practice run, even though the wipers failed, was better than this run.
You're pretty much back
the
to
heart
time,
of darkness with his camera today. Look at you, you shadow form.
Do you know what? I'm actually going to go and close the back door.
You've got a window behind you, or even a door.
A door.
Anyone could have walked in there.
You only did that to show off your wireless headphones.
Our whole PC would be
Mine are connected in at the moment because they're charging up.
Well, so what would have been embarrassing if they had been charging up at the time and I just yanked myself backwards.
They were doing some filming in the office the other day for promotional stuff, and they wanted to film Jordan working at his desk on his laptop. And when they were filming him, his laptop died.
Perfect.
Just went completely blank. He was like, "Oops!" Oh, no, I'm speeding. What happened here? I think I just wasn't paying attention to the speed limit at this point. Well, I swear I only speed twice in the whole run, so I was pretty pleased. So just to let you know, Sam, I'm not getting any TSW audio.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but today it hasn't. I've got the audio here, and the folks at home will do too.
Good. Okay, good. Yeah, that's what I was wondering, if there's any audio on the recording or something. Yeah, that's cool. Nice.
No, it's only JD who operates in total silence.
And it's annoying because I produce the most vocally or audio impressive performances as well. So.
What do you record on? Do you record on OBS?
Yes.
Yeah, so.
You just got to make sure you've got the right channels unmuted and volumed up and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So who's actually catching up time now? So JD is
not.
Yeah, I'm still behind
JD...
by a minute.
I think this is about as close as I get, I think, to making up time.
What's that, about a minute and a half behind schedule,
yeah,
I
a good
guess.
minute and a half behind schedule, yeah.
I should have turned off motion blur.
I think Alex is now a minute and a half as well, I think.
It looks very much... Alex has only just rocked up. Okay.
Yeah.
So Kat's picked up some time.
Yeah.
A little bit, but I'll lose it again. I'll make a big mistake later on.
So at the moment, JD is ahead on score, is beating Alex. We're not going to look at Jamie's score because obviously Jamie's a ringer. There we go. We'll get the comparison score as soon as Alex's doors close. There we go. JD on 6-7. And Alex on 6-5, Kat on 6-6. It's very, very close, and Jamie cheating. Sorry, Jamie, you're part of team disqualification. You and Adam on the same team. It's a miracle. It's a miracle you both get through this without being disqualified.
Oh, really? Wow, okay. Oh, dear.
I'm so disappointed that we can't have another JD default winning. Because last time I think I did a German route was the one that I won. I think.
Yeah.
Because you and Matt were just slightly under the score. In fact, Matt was about 20 points under the final score that you needed, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah. And somehow you inched through.
I did. I finished about 10 minutes after everybody else, but slow and steady.
Yeah. So here it goes. So I sort of, I honked at the train, then didn't realise that the speed had come down. So I'm frantically pressing buttons.
Oh,
and
there it
goes
is. There it
PZB.
is. You could just about see it under your nameplate there.
Oh no.
That's the song of my people. The PZB going like, I hate you now.
And I was just like,
oh no, and you
now
can't
you're looking
figure
at
out
the
how to make it
buttons.
shut up.
yeah, and I couldn't remember how, and I was like, right, do that, do this, right, reset that, turn it back on, turn it back off again.
Gosh,
Try that.
such a pain.
Meanwhile, everybody else is catching me up.
There you go, it's still interlocked.
Yeah.
Now you're going to need to have. Actually, on the 442, I've not tripped PZB on a 442 recently, but usually it's full. It's power off with brakes applied, put it into neutral, then hit the reset, then go back in again, and you should be good to go.
Yeah.
I've done this once or twice. Just once or twice, restart from a PZB shutdown.
Yeah. I think I get it in a minute, because I think I put it back into neutral, and I noticed that I tried to put it back into power, but I noticed then the brakes, there you go.
Yeah.
brakes.
Master key off, on again. Beautiful.
Yeah.
The solution to every problem.
I'm still going. Everybody's catching me up. I'm still going.
I'm not even sure I've overtaken you. I mean, I've overtaken you, but I'm not sure in terms of time I've overtaken you yet, Jamie. So I'm sure you'll catch you back up with me.
Restricted my speed way down on this bit because I knew the speed limit was going to jump down to 60. So I was like,
I
went down
love
to
watching
60 like a
people
mark
just
before.
lose it at safety systems. It amuses me because I have been there.
There we go. There goes my brake pressure. Oh, at last. So I think I lost about a minute there. I think.
I think a minute is possibly a bit generous.
I was going to say I was at least a minute and a half behind you, Jamie, and I think I'm about caught up with you now. So
yeah.
But everyone else is very close. I think we're all within about 200 meters of each other at this point.
Yep.
There we go.
Your guys will overtake me easily because
Well,
I
if you
do
look at
mess
track
up
position,
at some point.
JD
So
and
do I,
Alex are
Cap.
both in the same track position.
Yeah.
Where are they?
Yeah, you're all pretty much the same, and I'm still 1.5 kilometres away.
The passengers in your train will have had a terrific view there, though, Jamie. They'll have watched the driver just going.
Yeah, because I didn't pull the blind down, did I? At the back, because you can pull a blind
Oh,
down.
you've
so
provided an extra level of entertainment for them there.
Yeah.
Look at this piece of delicate stoppitude coming on from JD.
I think this might be my best stop of all.
Oh, tasteful.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very
Under
good.
braking 6 as well. Nice. That's pretty gentle. Get your motion blur turned off next time you're in the game, because you'll get a few extra frames if you do that.
Yeah, I'll turn it off. Yeah, I'll make a note to turn it off next time. This is one of the few times I venture out of the cab car.
That hardly counts. You climb down the steps and then straight back up again like some kind of
And
chicken.
I got scared and went back in because
Oh, it's frightening out there. I'm getting back in.
When we were at Rapture Festival, had the dovetail stand set up and TSW2 set up. I was helping out some kids learn to play TSW, and there was this one little girl who called me over because she needed help. She was driving the 395 and she was stuck in a tunnel, and she needed help to get out the tunnel. So I went up to look at the screen, and she wasn't stuck in the tunnel. She just had the blind completely down.
Awesome.
And she was driving. So I was I lifted it up, and she was in daylight, and she was oh. There you go.
to be fair, in the last 4 up, Jake in the preservation crew did the first, I think, 4
did a
up
no-look
challenge ever,
stop.
blind stop, with the blind down.
Yes, I heard about that. Ryan told me that.
Yeah.
And it was a perfect stop as well.
I've
Nailed
spent
it.
an entire video working on doing that, and it took me about an hour and a half of can I stop from max speed with only one touch of the brakes and stop exactly in the right place with the blind down.
That's maths there.
JD's
Practice
in the
and
lead,
note
look at
taking.
that.
That's what that takes.
How am I in the lead? How did that
You
work?
are in the lead. Well done.
I think Jamie's got to get bonus. Jamie's got to get bonus points though, isn't he? Still, when he loads passengers, so he's got the objective complete. Still,
Look at
nice,
this.
I think.
Jamie
minutes
poised
behind.
over the closed door button.
Yeah.
There's going to be a match up here between load passenger. There we go. See, press the closed door button. Passenger still loading.
It's not.
Oh,
I think
you went late there, Jamie. You could have gone a bit
There you
earlier.
go. Yeah.
I think Alex might finish this first. I've got a hunch that Alex might finish before all of us.
I'm not so sure. Cat is 4.8 kilometres out of the next stop. James, you're 5.2. Alex is 5.0. Jamie is 6.5.
Oh, yeah. So what is happening right now? Okay, I'd forgotten about this bit. I hadn't forgotten about this bit, but so I was on the keyboard and I wasn't really looking what I was doing, and I pressed S, which is change the reverser. So, but I thought I'd emergency stopped or something like that. So I'm like, oh god, what do I do? Okay, start from scratch. Take everything out and start again. And I tried to do that twice. I do eventually get back going again, but it takes me quite a lot of time. So if you want to look at everybody else's screens, that would be wonderful.
No, the number of times that I will use W and S as accelerate and decelerate. The amount of time, it's so much muscle memory into forwards and backwards has been kind of learned from other games.
Yeah, and I was also on the cams at the time as well, so I was like, why am I slowing down? The scenery looks like it's getting a lot slower to pass. What's happening here?
He's even turned the battery off. Amazing.
Scenery.
It's going really well.
This is no messing. This is like, no, I'm gonna go from scratch.
I love how you were like, why are the trees going slower?
Yeah. Do you know what? I actually think it was trying to go from cam. So I was doing the cams and then trying to flick through all of the cameras, and then I think I was trying to go back to accelerate and decelerate while I was on the cameras. So I'd obviously my fingers were in the wrong place, and I pressed the S button instead. This is why I don't showboat, guys.
Well, this means I might overtake you then, JD.
Oh
at this
no,
rate.
you absolutely will do.
There's a difference between being stopped and and just kind of going,
Just taking the reverser out.
I've done a JD. Oh no, not again.
Done a JD, no. I'm trying to remember where I do my I overshoot at some point. I'm trying to remember where I do that. Because that's where I lose it a lot of
At
time.
this point,
I lose, like,
you've hit the JD
minutes.
moment where in his head he's saying, I will not rage quit. He's not going to get me with that again. I'm going to solve
very
this.
close. I was
It's
very
a relatively simple train. I can make it work.
Because at this point as well, I was also coming up to about, I think, 10 minutes before the meeting that I was meant to be in, and I was like, I'm not going to be able to finish this in time, am I? And I think at this point I was like putting teams to everybody else. I think we're a little bit late to this meeting.
We've just opened the main circuit breaker. Sure, why
I
not?
load the pantograph.
Pantograph up, down. I mean, it doesn't seem to be making a difference. Stuff it.
Full
do all of
factory
it.
reset.
Yeah, pantograph.
Oh no!
Back to the battery.
Back to the battery.
Battery
Battery's
on.
off.
Turning everything off.
Battery's on.
Oh my gosh.
See the lights
Full
turn off
reset.
in the cat.
There we
What are
go.
you doing?
My goodness.
Oh, James, you are a magnificent amount of entertainment.
It's what I do. I try and be entertaining. I've got nothing else, to be honest. No
Raise
skill
the
in it at all.
pantograph. Closing the circuit breaker. Yeah. The indirect is released. You're not interlocked anymore. You will be able to go.
And there's the point where I just think, thank goodness. I mean, it was a stronger word than that, but I can't say it on this family show.
Go beep it out. That'll be fun. We'll put a train horn in its place. Oh, thank.
Or a bell. Or just a
Time
bell.
it well.
All right, let's have a look at the scores. Jamie is in the lead on 8-5. How far are you out? You're 2-6 out. Kat's just coming in. She's on 8-2. Alex is a kilometre out and he's on 8-1. JD is 5
5K
kilometres out. Also on 8-1 though. So your score's holding up, even though your track position not so
It's
much.
not. This is the thing. What I do is I just want there to be more, more of me to focus on everything. So I always try and finish last, so I'm the last person that everybody looks at.
Well,
That's my
your
tactic.
wish is granted.
I'm doing winning. I'm winning.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Just remembered what I have with me. Hang on.
Oh, you've got the thistle whistle.
I stole it from the office. I mean, I'll return it. But it's been there for quite a while. Probably has a dead spider in there or something. But yeah, I've taken it with me for live streams. Specifically for live streams. I've been doing route tasks. Yeah, I've been doing collectibles. I've been stocking up the first aid kits. Who else is going to stock up the first aid kits other than the train drivers?
I'm not sure it's the train driver's job to do that, is it? But
well, it's in TSW, so you need
Yeah.
you better do it and put the maps up and stuff. Yeah, I've been doing those.
Yeah, you
I
just
like the
come
sound
with a
it
paint
makes.
bucket everywhere you go. You come with a paint bucket.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Just paint a map on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so not only am I not synced up time-wise yet, I'm still nearly just under 4 kilometers away from the station that everybody else is at right now.
Yeah.
No. Oh my goodness, I'm in the lead.
You
I just
are,
wanted to acknowledge
you are
that.
track speed in the lead.
But not for
9-2
long.
after leaving the station.
Hooray! But it won't last.
Now Jamie's going to make 1,000 points if he does this right,
Whoa.
which will put him on 9-2 as
That would
well.
definitely be better. 9-2.
Alex is on 9-2, leaving the station. It is very close.
Very close.
that PZB trip has basically leveled us out. Basically.
Oh yeah.
It's made for compelling video entertainment.
It
Jamie.
has.
Do you know what it's like? It's like the one that we don't talk about, the shunting one on Sandpatch, where Nat braked about, what was it, about 100 yards from the finish line, and then hadn't realised that she needs to carry on, and you were gaining on her very, very quickly, and it was very, very tight at the end.
It was. I mean, she still beat me by about 25 seconds, I think. But there was that moment of uncertainty where everyone was going, "Ooh, she screwed this up by just not knowing where the finish line was."
She had an open goal, and she was just standing with the ball at her feet, just not doing anything for about a minute and a half, and then I think she realised what she needed to do and was able to pick up enough speed quickly enough, I think.
Oh no.
That was a good stream. That was.
Oh, so funny. So funny. Very, very funny. I enjoyed that a lot. I can't wait to do the next one. And Matt is tripping over himself to do the next one.
So there we go. I'm off. So where's JD? You're still 1.7 kilometers away.
He's a mile out from the station that you've all just left. But,
I mean, not just left. Let's not say not just left.
all right, yes, the station you all
ago.
left a little while ago. Cat is leading by a long way now. Got half a kilometre over Alex, who's in second.
Yeah.
It is not close. Jamie, you're another 3 kilometres back.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's good.
This is what we like to see.
Yeah.
What would be interesting now is if it's the next station is the one that Cat overshoots at, and then I think it will
It might
equalise
be.
the times again.
It probably will. I think it's. I can't remember
Well,
which
she's
one it
not
was.
slowing down at the moment, and she's
Yeah, I think
she's
it's this one.
700 metres away from the stop
Yeah, there's Will
while
Smith
doing
as
120
well. I remember
kilometres an
that.
hour.
Oh wait, no, I need to brake.
Yep. I was like, yeah, probably.
That's it. Yeah.
Bit
Deployed
more
the
than
big
that.
brakes.
Oh, yeah, I can see it now. Yeah, better.
Yeah, more brakes still. There's
Yeah.
a little bit of train
put-
slide.
But
Nice.
too much faith in the brakes. Yeah, they probably do that. I was like, yeah.
It's not as horrific as it could have been.
No. And I was like, please, I've
As
walked
long as the
on
last
platform.
door's in the platform, it counts.
It's not. It wasn't. I was like.
But the thing is, what I would say is, I know obviously time is important, but if you're looking for points, it is almost better if you do overshoot completely, and then you can reverse back and get the points after. Be a bit
No,
closer.
you can't. I mean, not if you are trying to play according to the rules of the rail. You
And
can't.
again, you
Nah,
might
no.
be wondering why I say that. Watch for another.
DSW, you get points for going back after overshooting. I feel like they should reward that kind of
I know they
behaviour.
shouldn't, but they do.
And once again, the track lead position is likely to be changed up according to someone not entirely moving in the right direction.
It's
All right,
very
here
close
comes
now between
Alex.
Alex and Cat.
Yeah, I'm not going to get moving for a while.
As a result of this, Jamie is now only 1 kilometre behind, and James is only at the previous stop.
Oh, it gets worse.
Oh dear.
Actually, I'm not sure where are you, JD?
You're
What?
looking out the door.
Why are we out
It's
here?
one of my few forays to look out the door. Both sides.
Brilliant.
Boss.
Brilliant.
There you go.
Okay.
Where was that? I couldn't even see what that was now.
This is where I make a really terrible mess up. So I'm like, yeah, slam the power on, let's get going. Backwards.
Oh
I was
dear.
like, no!
Oh, forgot to put it
And I
back
slammed
into
into emergency
forwards.
by accident because I completely freaked out. I was like,
Oh dear.
That'll fix it.
I was like,
Does
oh,
that mean
it's too
that- does that
far
mean
into
now that-
the recording to restart?
Does that mean now that Alex is just about in the lead?
No.
Might be.
Well,
Literally
in
by
terms
about-
of track position,
Yeah. I
yeah,
think
Jamie has just
about.
arrived at the platform, so so Alex has track position at the moment. In terms of score, Kat is still in the lead on score. Jamie's
Aye.
in second. Alex
That's
is in
shocking.
third, but Jamie will leap into the lead as soon as he finishes loading his passengers.
Yeah.
We don't really reference JD in these things anymore because he's operating on a different sphere of existence.
He's
I've
not in
been
the
told that
5-digit
many
club
times.
yet.
He's in a parallel dimension.
JD's at the point of giving refund tickets.
I'm over speeding.
Maybe that should be a Sam. That should be a rule for next time round. I can't remember what the delay repay charge is.
15
maybe
minutes.
15 minutes. Okay, well that's quite a long time late, isn't it? Maybe if you're over the delay repay window.
I
should,
could
forfeit.
if I had the time, and this would be very time intensive, is I could add some mechanics whereby you make an amount of money on a per passenger basis, and the more harshly you treat those passengers, the less they pay you.
A little bit of a niche reference, but it's a bit like 4 in the bed or something like that, where you pay as much as you feel like it's worth.
Yeah, so every time you've used maximum brakes or maximum acceleration, there'll be a cost deduction there. There'll be a cost deduction for stopping late on the platform or early on the platform. I could be completely vicious, but again, that will take a very long time.
Yeah.
It'd be the kind of thing that you'd want coded into the game.
Yeah, it would be fun. That'd be good. I think we do it in TS, where you minus your points the harsher you brake and things like that.
The problem with TS's scoring is unless you are very close to clean, you're going to end up with a negative score.
Yes. Oh yeah, definitely.
And that's no fun, because once your score tips into the negative, you just kind of go, I can't be bothered trying to get the score properly anymore, and then you just treat it harshly.
Yeah. There we go. I did overspeed a little bit. I have minus 15 points again.
Okay, we've got the clock synchronization coming up in 4 minutes.
4 minutes, wow.
And you can see the clocks are already pretty close to each other. I think between the first and last is about 4 or 5 seconds now.
So what you might have noticed here is that I'm still accelerating, and what had happened here.
Oh no.
So
what have you done this time?
Have you done what I did?
Believe it or not, what had happened here is I got a Teams message. Of all things, I got a Teams message and it went over the top of my thing, and I was I was trying to click back onto it and it wasn't working, and I was like, no, this is the fastest bit I'm actually doing on the entire route, and as you can see, it does go quite badly for me.
I put it to you, James, based on the last month, you shouldn't be allowed to use Teams.
No, I would agree.
It's bad for you.
You're
just not very good
burn
at
it with
it.
fire. And here's what I mean about reversing backwards and still being able to get some points.
When you were trying to justify it earlier on.
It's making your own rules, Jenny. It's fine.
If it's any consolation, Cat overshot by 2 meters more than you did.
That was only that much?
Look at that, I overshot, but I just got the first door on the platform all right. There we go.
That counts. That's legit.
Genius. That was deliberate, that was.
Okay.
Yeah, overshooting to the point at which you need to back up. No, that's not. That hasn't a name yet. Overshooting and not stopping entirely. That's a Nebworth. And that's Matt's signature move. Overstopping with just one door left in the platform is Nat's signature move.
Yep. Yeah. I remember Nat doing that one.
And not getting up an embankment with a steam engine is my move, apparently.
This is the last stop for everybody, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
There's
The yellow
Well,
signal.
no, but I say for
a
everybody,
lot of
not
door
me.
action going on
Not me,
there.
but
Not you?
Okay, Alex and Kat are neck and neck. I think Kat is just in the lead.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Just in the lead. Jamie's not far behind. He's just got to wait for the passengers to finish boarding.
Yeah.
James is 3.5 kilometres back.
Oh, it really is close. I didn't realise.
Jamie's. I wonder how. Oh, Jamie must be feeling very tense right now, because I think in straight line speed he'd probably do it, but he's not got a lot of time left to be able to pick up the extra pace.
No.
Hey, we're going across the bridge.
That's a good shot, Kat.
I know. I was quite happy with that. It was accidental one. Yeah, I like doing those shots with the camera that you can switch to 3 and you can move it back. Oh, I just got an email. I hope you guys didn't hear that.
No.
It's hardly uncommon for someone to get an email in this company.
Oh, I know. Well, actually, it is for me. I mainly get Teams messages now. It's like,
Or in
we just
James's
text
case,
each
a
other.
meeting invite. Or a meeting reminder of a meeting that he set
oh,
up.
I can't stand that.
I blame
And then-
Ben.
And then you move the meeting later and later. You just you just get later throughout the day.
Yep. So that meeting was meant to be half an hour. It ended up being 10 minutes because I was quite considerably later than I was expecting to be.
There we go. So what we doing? Our points are. It's interesting.
Well, you're coming up on the minute sync, but it's the position on track sync is the important bit. Cat is 2.3 kilometres out. Alex is 2.3 kilometres out. JD is 2.5 kilometres out, but of the previous station. And Jamie is 2.8 kilometres out.
Jamie's made up some ground, though, I think.
Oh, I just noticed, yeah. Oh, Alex is ahead of me, I think.
Cat, Alex,
just by a
and
little bit.
Jamie are all approaching the same yellow signal.
I'm not sure that... This is very close.
Very close.
Getting good.
Alex is about 400 metres behind now. He's obviously slowed down a little bit more than Cat's willingness to go at full throttle for as long as possible.
I think Alex got scared because he was going at 90 and then he realised that he needs to get down to 60 and then basically slammed on the brakes.
Yeah.
Whereas Cat was already down at 60, so she was going a bit more steady.
Yeah, it does rather look like Alex has decided to come to a full stop here.
Oh, he was so
because
close.
he doesn't know what he's doing with a yellow signal.
No, I've been playing a lot.
Caution.
He is he's proceeding carefully through a yellow signal. Goodness me. It's like
I've been playing a lot
like
with
a
that,
real like a real boy.
I think I might overtake him. I'm getting close.
I think you will. Will you?
Well, it depends if you punch all of the buttons on the PZB correctly, Jamie. Because a yellow signal and PZB, that means anything could happen time.
Yes.
That's thump all the buttons
60.
a lot.
It is, yeah. Oh, well, it's speed. Oh. Exciting. This is about...
And the scores are so close. The scores are ridiculously close. We won't know the final score until all scores are final.
Yeah.
Which is an incredibly pointless thing to say.
Pull up your rules again.
I feel like that was about 20 words when 3 words would have done, I think. And Cat is the first in.
That's what they pay me for.
So I get an additional bragging right for being the earliest arrival. I think I also get a bragging right for the most exciting livery. Come on.
Yes.
I mean, he's the only
guys.
one.
Yes, you can have those.
Thank you. I'll have the livery.
2 sets of bragging rights straight off the bat.
Yeah.
Not the winning that counts, it's the bragging that counts.
Now we've got a drag race between Jamie and Alex.
Yeah.
Alex is being
Alex.
actually there's only 3 kilometres an hour in between their individual speeds as well. It's beautiful. Same speed.
Oh, this is very, very tight.
And there's about 10 metres between them. Who has the nerve? Jamie's still got his throttle on.
Oh, it's
Alex
58
is
miles an hour
coasting.
each, kilometres an hour each as well.
Hey, look at that.
Both
God.
passing the same signal at the same time. Amazing scenes.
This is brilliant. Absolutely fantastic.
And JD's just at the previous station parking up.
There you go. Jamie's going
Alex,
later on the brake with full brakes.
Yeah,
Alex
Jamie.
is coming in like he's escorting some Fabergé eggs.
Jamie, I think won the game of chicken there.
I think Jamie trusted his apparatus. Anyway, Cat's all done. 13,258 points, which is worth a silver medal.
Thank you. Lucky 13.
And,
silver medal. Not too bad.
and 1,100 metres on foot.
There we go. Yeah.
About 1.1k.
Yeah.
It's a lot of steps.
Yeah, I was trying to do some steps whenever I was at platforms and stuff.
Do you know what? I hope you're also doing steps with your character as well. That would have been quite good.
No, I mean I was.
I just closed the door.
In real life.
Oh!
What?
I don't see the score.
13. There you go. Look at that.
13,548. That's a 300 point lead for Jamie. You can't see it here, but that was also a silver medal.
It's a gold medal then. Oh, you got.
Here comes Alex.
Alex.
So Jamie's got a 300 point lead at the moment. Alex, for his first time in a challenge, 13,007.
Good score.
That's very
So,
good.
wow, a little round of applause there. I think.
Yeah,
Little
that's
round
very
of
good.
applause
Go
for
for his
Alex.
first go.
Might be me.
Definitely.
So just
Yeah.
JD to come, and JD, how many challenges have you done now, JD? Is this 5, 6?
Far too many for this to be the outcome.
5, 6. So what do you think your final score is going to be like? Do you think you're going to be finishing in the top 4?
I mean, as long as I get disqualified, I think I'll be.
As my teammate, on whom very, very little depends. Just pride.
Just pride, with which I have very little at this stage, I think. So,
Oh dear.
I thought in terms of stopping distance and stuff, I'd done okay, but by the looks of the points total, quite clearly not.
Yeah, I mean, strictly speaking, you really need to be within 3-4 meters of a stop.
I think you can say 3 or 4 minutes of the other competitors, in which case.
No, you've still got a couple of kilometers to go. I think in terms of the longest wait for someone to finish.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, the one that we did before was also a pretty long wait as well. I just have a habit of being very, very, very cautious and also then wrong, which is not a good combination.
You have one catastrophic error every time you drive where it all just stops and you have to spend 15 minutes pushing everything in the right order in order to try and get moving again.
It's like if you have a monkey with a million monkeys with typewriters, eventually they'll get it right. It's basically my method of recovering from adversity.
The monkeys will do it faster.
Yeah.
If you get a million JDs, one of them will drive a train.
Yeah. JD, we need to get like a permanent manual, just like like stuck to the side of the computer, just so like
I actually have a pad where I wrote down what I needed to do in terms of the setup and everything like that when I went through the tutorial, so that I didn't forget.
A whiteboard.
Fat lot of good that did me, didn't it?
No, well, I don't.
It did very well.
Again, in your practice session, the thing that I always do to make sure I can recover from it is if I'm using safety systems, I'll deliberately trip the safety systems. Otherwise, I will always deploy the full emergency brake, just so that you can figure out how to get the flaming interlock off afterwards.
Yeah.
James finally arriving.
Da, 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 da.
5 whole minutes late.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need.
I think 5 minutes is actually not too bad,
not
bearing
too
in mind
bad
how
as
much
trains
of a.
go.
Yeah,
You
how
need
much
about
of a nightmare I
1,300
had.
points, JD. I'm not sure where you're going to get them from.
No,
Oh, maybe.
I felt that as well. Yeah, I'm not quite sure where I've dropped all of these points, to be honest, but there we go.
I think there were plenty of opportunities.
Fair, but I think the stopping distance, I think I go through the stopping distance at the end, and there's not that much, not that much that I've dropped in stopping distances. So I've only speeded twice, I think.
Hooray.
There you go. Just the formality of letting the passengers do their thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at this. Look, he's Johnny on the spot, ready to lock the doors again.
Just get me out of this
Top
thing.
weasel.
Is that right? Next meeting.
And we're done.
There we
We're
go.
there.
Horn
We're
to
finally.
horn
We're
to
over the
celebrate.
line.
Oh, there we go.
56 minutes.
Yay!
So Jamie won this leg, but
Wow.
was it enough to win the championship? Well, we'll reveal the final scoreboard just after James has finished looking for anything from which he can take solace. And 127 metres walked. That ain't it.
I won the walking challenge.
You won the walking by a lot.
I did.
Alex did half a kilometre. That's not bad going.
That's not bad, yeah.
He's got the spirit of the thing. Definitely, he's going to be a rare old contender given time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did really well.
Okay, so we've got the final scores, and we're going to do these in reverse order. And in fourth place, a combined score of 30,253 with a grand total of 159 metres on foot.
Well, combined, we did 149 metres on foot.
Combined.
You did nothing.
You counted
Nothing.
the foot.
Matt and Alex in second on 31,000 with half a kilometre on foot. James and Kat in second, 31,113. 3 kilometres on foot for James and Kat.
Yeah, that's Adam. Adam was always like running around on foot.
And then Jamie and Adam in first, obviously disqualified because Jamie's actually a pro, not a rookie. There you go. That's it. That's the challenge. More logistically challenging than I anticipated, but I quite liked how close the scores were.
Yeah, really well.
Very, very, very close.
Very competitive.
There we go.
As much as it didn't look like it, I quite enjoyed that. So
no. It's a lot of fun to drive. A lot of fun to drive that one. Either of the two legs, if you want to give them a spin, then that's all good. Well, thanks for tuning in, and thanks very much to you guys for taking part.
No worries.
Thanks very much.
We'll be back soon with another challenge. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.
Bye.
Bye-bye.